Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Taff. Welcome to all the viewers of the Amber Army YouTube channel, old and new. This video isn't going to be the weekly word type that I usually do. This is going to be aimed at a specific part of the club. This is a Newport County vlog that I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be aimed at the lack of support that we've got this season. Now, as you know, we've improved on the squad. We've done an awful lot on the pricing. We've done an awful lot of everything, really. Look, I know for a fact that there's areas in which we're failing at, and I have mentioned that in a previous vlog. But you'd have thought that there would have been some improvement on the attendances for the start of the season, but unfortunately there hasn't been. If anything, it's gone slightly down. And it's disappointing, to be honest with you, because obviously I've got a lot of county fans on Facebook, on Twitter, and I read the message board as well. There's a lot of people saying things like, "Oh, the club's in a mess. The club's an absolute joke at the moment." Listen, right? The club's not a joke. Like, look, I'm under no illusion that there's areas in which we're lacking at the moment. I mean, to be honest, yeah, if I wanted to put my stamp on it now, I'd say I don't think we've grown since the Blue Square South off the field. But with what we've got in place at the moment, we've got the tools to grow into what we need to become. What we don't want, right, is for us to have to become a non-league team again to put the blocks in place to build to be a Football League team, and then be a Wrexham, Luton, a Football League team that can't get back into the Football League. We need to preserve our Football League status, and we need to put everything in place to become a Football League team whilst in the Football League, because we're getting the finance and all the backing and everything. The one thing we're lacking, and the one reason why we can't build on anything right now, is the fact that the support is shambolic. And that's the only word to describe it. I mean, we got the hardcore sort of 1,500 to 2,000 that are going to be there every game, and that's great. It's still better than some teams in this division, but it puts it we are completely put to shame by many other clubs in this league. I'd say the average attendance is 3,500 to 4,000 in this league, and we're well short of it, and we're going to suffer in the long run because of it. I mean, the thing that makes absolutely no sense to me, and this is the one statement or quote I want people to take from this video. The one thing that I really fail to understand is, oh, I'm a Newport County supporter, but I'm not going to go down there and pay my money to go and watch them when we're this shit. Listen, if you're a supporter, it's through thick and thin, and I know that's a cliche that gets thrown around, but the punchline to this thing now is, while the people are not supporting the club, we're not bringing in the fucking money to be competitive. I'm not paying my money to go and watch that shit. No. Pay the money, along with all the other thousand other, so-called supporters that ain't bothering at the moment. Because if you're there and your money's going into the club, we got more money to spend on players. It's not fucking rocket science, guys. If you're the kind of supporter, you call yourself a supporter, the kind of supporter that ditches the club while times are tough, then you're part of the problem. I mean, you're there to be there for when we were getting promoted, and great, the income was great then. But if you're going to turn your back on the club when things get tough, then they're only going to get tougher, because we're losing money because of that. And it really does me. And especially the people that call the club a joke, call the club a shambles. Well, what the fuck are you doing to make things any better then? We're fans owned. We're all owners of the club. We've all got to play our part now. That's what we signed up for. That's what we brought the money together. We can't just leave it all for the board and then just point our fingers at them every time something goes wrong. We can't do that. We've all got to muck in and play our own part. If we really care about this football club, and we want to stay in the Football League, and then we want to progress, then we've all got to put our fingers out and do something. Look, at the end of the day, right, you can't turn up the games, right? Family, work, Money, look, I'm under absolutely no illusion that sometimes fans can't turn up to every single match. Absolutely under no illusion whatsoever. But, to stay away completely because you think the club is being run badly, because, and the club's being run badly, we need more staff then. And how are we going to find the money if the fans are turning their back on the club to actually bring in staff? You don't like what's going on the pitch. How are we supposed to have the money to pay decent players to come to this football club? I'm sure if another 1,000 fans were turning up, we would have signed Ruben Reid because we'd have competed with wages for him. If those extra 1,000 fans had bothered turning up, yeah, we could have had a prolific goal scorer that would have entertained you. Then it would have made you happy with it. Oh, look, like I say, people have got a choice. If they don't, if they just don't fancy it one week, that's fine. If you need to do something with your family, that's fine. If you're working, that's fine. If you're short on your dough, that's fine. Turning your back on the club because you don't think it's being run tidily, or turning your back on the club because the players on the pitch are not up to your standard. No, it's pitiful, guys. It really, really is, and it's fair enough. Shoot me fucking down if you want. You all know where I am. You can come and tell me if you want. That's fine. Shoot me down for saying all this. But to be honest with you, if you can find a reason to tell me where I'm wrong, then I'm all ears. Bring it on. But look, this isn't to have a poke at anyone. This is like an urging. I'm urging people to rethink your stance with the club if you're staying away for the reasons I've mentioned. If at the end of the day, you've got a personal reason, like the club wronged you or something like that, it's understandable. Or if, like I say, you want to spend your money on your kids, no one can begrudge you that, absolutely no one. But if you think, if you're turning your back on this club because the standard on the pitch isn't what it used to be, it's a pitiful reason. If you don't like the way the club's being run, well, do something then. Offer to help. If you're such an expert, then come along and actually point out, oh, this is where you're going wrong. You can't just stand there and call the club a joke or club the call a shambles, without having anything to back it up with. At the end of the day, there's no excuses for anybody now. Anyway, I can actually breathe and take a pause a minute. Yeah, so disagree with me if you want, or if you agree with me, come on, let's do this. Fan zone, we signed up to it, we put our money into it, we made it happen, and now, in my opinion, we've got a setup there that we can build on. We can make it a more lucrative thing for the right private owners to come along and buy the club and take us forward. If we can put the right pieces in the right place, then, who knows? But we got to put our fingers out and start doing something now, okay, guys? You all know me. I'm willing to put whatever I can into this club, and I know there's plenty more out there who will. All I'm saying is that if we all put it in, then who knows where we could go, Newport's a big enough place. There's enough people living in the catchment area that we can always have the support. I'd say we got a potential to have an average support of 20,000. I mean, we took 13,000 to a non-league trophy final at Wembley. 13,000 went to that. So to me, that's a potential support of 13,000 as far as I'm concerned. We just got to make football in Newport, make people feel proud of Newport football, not Liverpool and Manchester football and London football. Not seeing Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea shirts everywhere. Let's get some friggin' Newport County shirts out there. Let's convert these people. This is their hometown, the same as it's my hometown, and you've got to feel a sense of pride in having a football league team in your hometown. Especially when it was absent for 25 years. People were proud beforehand. County always got good crowds back in the day. Why can't we do it now? We've had the crowds there. We started our first Football League season for 25 years with over 4,000 home fans. Where have they all gone? We got to bring them back. Even if it means each person reaching out to people they know. So if say I have 100 of us, each managed to turn 10 people, into regulars, that's an extra 1,000 people. Do you understand? And then 200, 300, 400 get involved in this kind of thing, and then all of a sudden, people are starting to turn up. I mean, the pricing, I mean, people might say, oh, it's too expensive to go and watch League Two football. I still maintain we're one of the cheapest in the league. You know, you go to some places like my Leyton Orient ticket was over £20. You know, Cheltenham away has always been expensive. I think Bristol Rovers was expensive to go away. Barnet was something like £23. You know, there's a lot of expensive tickets out there in other League Two stadiums. At the end of the day, um, we're one of the cheapest. I mean, measuring up the Premier League teams' prices does my head in as well. You know, you can go and sit behind a pole in a Premier League stadium for a tenner. Oh, sit behind a pole and not see nothing. Great. You know, the better seats are costing £40, £50. You see what I mean? You know, they can afford to sell the cheap seats. We need to bring as much income as we can off of each person willing to come to watch us, and we're still cheaper than most League Two teams. So, oh, you can think of all the excuses in the world. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, if you're a support, if you declare yourself as a supporter, you know, you got to think of better reasons to not want to support us. Anyway, I'm gonna go on to a rant all night if I keep going on. But I really genuinely hope that everybody understands exactly where I'm coming from, and they don't think I'm having a pop at anyone in particular. You know, I'm only just pointing some things out, and that's it. I just hope that people find it in them to start showing Newport County a bit of love. I mean, everyone's on the Wales bandwagon. You know, support your local Welsh team as well. You know, and that's for those who aren't supporters of Newport County at the moment, but you're from Newport. You know, take a bit of pride in the fact that there's a football league team on your doorstep. You know, Newport. I'm from Newport, born and bred, and Newport County represents me and who I am and where I'm from. You know, and there's nothing more pride than going there and watching them play every week, win, lose or draw. So there we go. Anyway, I'll keep rambling on if I don't stop now, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this managed to turn just a few heads, you know, and if it does, it'll have been all worth it. Thanks very much, and until the next time, cheerio for now. Up the county.